we're ready. Let's see. Alright, hey, no clawing at the HDMI cord. Already Achilles is trying to cause problems. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this. I mean, I can't even say it's like a special Halloween episode. It's just another Halloween episode of me streaming. How are you? How's it going? Are you... The Hollow weekend is upon us. I mean, of course, in this crummy apocalypse, we have Halloween on a Monday. But I know a lot of people, this is like gonna be when they're celebrating as much as possible, so, you know, it's fun. On the Cartoon Network YouTube channel, they're streaming Over the Garden Wall, so finally I have some good freaking background noise. Let's see. Let's see. I am just putting the word out that I am streaming. Letting the good folks of the internet know that I'm available. Hello! Hi, Josh. You are first. You have reclaimed your crown. Hello, Noxious Bones. How are you? Hello. I'm going to try to not actively sing every song from Over the Garden Wall. But yeah, how are you? How's it going? Oh, that's awesome! You got to play, you got off work so that you could play Halloween D&D? That's cool as hell. I have cats just swarming everywhere. Here's one of them. This big old pumpkin baby. He is so clingy today. I don't know what's up with him. He is clingy. He wants the attention. He's not gonna get the attention. But yes, this would be what it would be like if Lobster were hosting the painting channel. As you can see, he has little paws. He's got them little paws. Hello, Riley. Welcome. It's been a while. How you been? Well, I hope. Tonight I thought we might paint these fun little bug miniatures that I got. And everybody's been on about slap chop painting, which is just really fun to say. And I have some army painter speed paints that Lila Mev gave me. I have the full range that I got for no money. I was given this not by a company, but just by another YouTuber, which is pretty cool. So I thought I might try those out and see what we get. Lobster is here. He says he's going to be helpful, but I know he's just going to be one big old distraction. Just purring away. There he is. There's the boy. That's what the people want. I care less about what I'm painting if there's a cat, and I don't blame them for it. Ooh, Blood Bowl. That's fun. Hi, Rothian. Blood Bowl and bolt action. That's a whole day of gaming. It's very exciting. Hi, Buffy. Are you sliding? You're sliding. Ugh. Okay. You need to go play with your brothers so I can paint. Alright? Alright? Ugh. Alright. Hopefully Lobster will listen to me and go run and play, but more likely he will ignore everything that I've said and come back in 3 minutes for more attention. So, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to do some slap chop painting. That's what the kids are into. I say the kids. I mean, I'm fairly young myself. I don't know. Probably I qualify. And also I have a chocolate bar because it's the Halloween times, and I might wanna have some candy. If you don't have candy, you should get yourself some candy. You should do that. It's Halloween. It's basically Halloween. I really want to start with this spider guy. I don't know how well the camera's gonna focus in on him. But he's got like a flag and a sword and little armor and stuff. I just want to do these really funky, like brightly colored kind of guys. So I'm gonna see what we get. Is Dana Hal a kid? She does that slap chop. She does do the slap chop. I don't know. I don't know how old Dana is. That's never come up. Just trying to find like all the really bright, fun colors, but they just, you know, they sit in a thing and then they look kind of dull. Do we have a yellow? That's green. Got red. Red's kind of fun. Sand golem. Yeah, we got yellow. They got little shaker balls in them, so they're pretty fun. I think I'm supposed to thin these with a little bit of medium, so maybe we'll try that and see how it goes. That's what Dana says to do anyway, and I trust her. Achilles, do not bite the microphone cable. Hi, Brady. How's it going? Do you have to contend with the fact that your cats are trying to bite the cables that are hooked up to your laptop while you're painting? If not, are you challenging yourself? Are you doing a good enough job of setting obstacles in your paint process? Because you might not be. It's so nice to see all of you. Shaker balls, I didn't put the shaker balls in the paint. They come that way. Gonna give a few drops of thinning medium to all of these. I don't really know what the ratio is. I'm sure there's a ratio. I'm sure I could look it up. I'm not going to take the time to do so. Why am I not going to take the time to do so? 'Cause I'm lazy. I'm a lazy painter. And if it doesn't sound like fun, the odds of me doing it, not high. I have to make one of the biggest decisions and decide if I'm going to do a teal spider with purple eyes or a purple spider with teal eyes. I don't know why that feels like such a huge choice for me. Hello, little frog! Isn't slap chop that food thing that chops food with a slap? Yeah, somehow, I don't really know exactly how the phrase got ported over into the miniature painting world. But yeah, people are using it now to reference a style of painting. I'm not even properly doing that style because when I tried to prime these miniatures, I was out of black primer completely, like it was all clogged up and wouldn't spray. Which is probably because I had left it in the garage while my friend was doing their wood carvings, and it's most likely full of sawdust right now. But you know, that's okay. Sometimes that happens, and all we can do really is learn from that experience. Okay, I definitely think that teal was the right color choice for this little guy. He's got so many arms, obviously, being a spider, which just means he can carry all of his little trinkets into battle. And if you're not going into battle with trinkets, I don't know that you're doing it correctly. So the priming on these isn't. Let's just say it's not great. It is probably serviceable. we're we're gonna find out how serviceable together live on stream. All right, does anyone know? No one else, but okay, me is getting ghost Neopet vibes from this particular shade of teal. And while it would be cool to make a ghost spider knight, I just don't think that's that's not what I had originally planned to do. So I don't think that that's the direction that I'll take it. Although it would make things like extra spooky. Okay, and I also think I'll need a brown for just some of the, like, base colors. Hi, Anno! Hi, Topher! Oh my goodness, there's so many people here. Hello, all of you. You played some Kill Team today? Brady voted for Purple Spider, and then I didn't see, and then you got outvoted by me not even bothering to look at the comment. Sorry about that. The reason I'm not gonna do Purple Spiders is because I do have these guys that I've been painting up. These, like, spider guys from Kill Team, and I'm doing purple on them. And I want to finish them, but I didn't really feel like batch painting today, so they're probably not going to get done anytime particularly soon. But I made progress on them, and that's worth something. That's worth something. Hello, Persephone. You played yesterday. Anno, it is 2 a.m. Again, I have to ask you, what the fuck are you doing on my stream? Go to bed. Go to bed. You don't need to be here. You're up late. You do this all the time. It can't be good for you, sir. I don't know if that sword is in a scabbard or not. I think for the purpose of narrative and looking cool, it's probably not going to be in a scabbard. Achilles, stop chewing on the cable. Nobody. No. He's gonna whine now because I didn't let him eat plastic. What a crime I've committed. Stream is not greater than sleep. Don't be silly, little frog. Don't be silly. Anno should, by all means, go and sleep. Will Anno? No. Absolutely not. At least not yet. Can't sleep. Fiver's painting bug. Liked specifically for the Neopets reference. Excellent, excellent. I'm glad there's another Neopets fan out there. I'm gonna paint some Neopets corn demons more, because Darrigan Citadel one, and I need to paint up another one, but I've been distracting myself with other painting projects, and we'll get back to that eventually. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna set this Spider Knight down. I think this cicada guy, like, I'm really feeling a kind of yellow cloak because of the beautiful costumes in the Green Knight. So I think I'll do this same color of, like, cloak going on here. I specifically set the plastic cases for that these paints had come on down on the ground because I knew Achilles would want to bite something. And instead of biting that, he's found a piece of a model to bite. What have you got? You've got a crude sword thingy. You need to not have that. Where did you get this? How did you get this? Look at this crude gun that he's just found. This boy, I swear. Howdy, Kalos. How's it going? I'm not bullying him. I'm trying to keep him from, like, you know, destroying his teeth and gums and stuff like that. With tiny bits of resin. He's a chaos boy. I can only control him but so much. The cicada knight, I guess. He's a knight. I don't really know. We'll call him a knight. I think he might technically be a rogue, but we've got a cicada knight, a spider knight, and then like this. Okay, so the primer died, and you can see exactly where. Like, we're gonna see if we can actually paint him, but he's like a squirmy guy. What's a caterpillar? Squirmy guy. That was what I called a caterpillar. Excellent. You know what? That's actually not a bad description. Caterpillars are squirmy guys. He can be a squirmy guy. I don't know what. I can just hear the cats crawling around making chaos. What do you got? A croot knife. Hi, Spakiko. Yeah. He had a croot knife. Which he didn't need. I don't know where he got it. I would never deny you your fun, Anno. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. My goodness. Everybody is here tonight. Ironic that a Kroot got eaten. Yeah, Achilles is gonna gain his power now. I'm just cleaning the crusted out paint from the bottom of this. Everybody's got different ways to like clean out their paint palette. I just literally scratch the dried layers of plastic off. It's satisfying to peel up to me. There's better ways to keep your paint palettes clean, I'm sure, but this one works for me. There are some carnivorous caterpillars on Hawaii. That's cool. Everyone is here but Bruno. The Kroot can't keep track of their weapons. See, I'm doing it now. I'm keeping up with the chat. I'm reading all your comments. But then I'm going to go back to painting. And lose you all again. So, you'll have to tolerate that from me. And someone remind me to take a snack break at some point. So I don't completely forget that I've got a candy bar buried under these paints. Probably means everybody's gonna jokingly remind me now, which I appreciate, but come on, guys. Wasn't the Space Marine enough? In theory, I will edit that Space Marine video this weekend and try and put out some content. I say in theory because, you know, there's a million other things that I'm gonna suddenly be seized with the need to do, and we'll see if I get to that one. Hopefully I will. I want to. I want to. Gonna just keep painting and hopefully this will stick. And no one's gonna call me out on how bad the priming job is. Bum. It's called manifesting. If you just speak it into existence, then it'll happen. That's how it goes, right? I'm probably gonna paint him green all over because he's largely one color. Maybe we'll do some like patterns or stripies or something on him. Stripes could actually be really cool. I'm feeling like a watermelon kind of color palette. Gives me watermelon vibes. So we'll do that. You use plastic takeaway box lids as palettes. That's a good idea. That's yeah. I like to have the little divots so that I can have different colors going. I find that helpful. Otherwise, I'd use like other stuff, and I find them better for color mixing as well. Um, Maybe one day I'll move to like a wet palette for because everybody says that makes your painting better. But as of right now, I just enjoy not having to mix up every color because that's what I was doing for my previous stream project where I was painting all the miniatures from Townsfolk Tussle. Um, but I've finished that now. That got completed. Um, and now I really don't want to mix any paint colors for a little while. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I think supposedly also these speed paints take a while to dry, which could be interesting with me trying to paint all of this right now. I have not gotten copyright struck, but maybe I will. I mean, they're streaming it on their YouTube channel right now. Um, I just happen to have it playing in the background. If Cartoon Network wants to copyright strike me and take this down, then they can do so. That's fine. This is for entertainment purposes, as I am not currently monetized, so I'm sure Cartoon Network has way bigger fish to fry than little old me. I don't really know how it would work to do this cicada like bright blue, but I feel like I should because everybody else is kind of in the green zone. Let's see how it'll look. Jeez. My minis come out perfect the first time. No, they don't. Use a wet palette because you're a slow painter. That makes sense. That makes sense. We missed the potatoes and molasses episode. That one's already gone by. So, we're on the tea episode right now, which means that Lullaby in Frogland, aka the best episode, is the next one. Well, Lullaby in Frogland is my favorite anyway. I don't know what your guys' favorite episodes of Over the Garden Wall are, but also, why am I painting his teeth magenta? Why would his teeth be the same color as his eyes? That doesn't make any sense, Fives. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change his tooth color. I didn't even think of that, I just painted it. I guess I'll need like a grayish color for some of his armor. They're all great, like every episode, that's fair. Yep. Alright, I don't really think this cicada is gonna look good if I paint him blue, but I feel like he's supposed to be blue, so that's how he's gonna fit in with all of our other little guys. So, against my better judgment, blue it is. Like I said, I wanted to use a lot of bright and funky colors, so we're gonna get a little blue raspberry action going on with this guy. I don't know who she is or how she is or when or where she is, but as for where she is where we will go. Out away. Come on and join the alley parade. Adelaide, we're going to Adelaide's house today. Yeah, I knew at some point I'd be singing. Oh dear. Sorry to subject you to that. I've got no decent singing voice. Don't worry, when I get famous, I won't also try and be a pop star, because I know full well I cannot sing. You really like the one with the possessed girl? Yeah, that's a good one. Honestly, just a super solid series. I'm glad it exists. Pat McHale had to struggle really hard to make it because other projects and stuff kept getting in the way. Thankfully, we got what we ended up with, though, which is super solid. A Halloween classic. Some of the finest stuff to come out of Cartoon Network. What a funny little guy. This cicada. I just like how many limbs they have. Like, they're all so fun to work with because they're just all weird looking. Of course, all of my mistakes and my lack of neatness are gonna show. Because I am painting with speed paints. But we'll fix that in post, maybe, with some highlighting. Who knows? He's even got different looking hands at this part because he has bigger claws. Which is nice. It's a fun little detail. They can't make brushes small enough. Yeah, well, ain't that just the way? Is a moon rising. Single so sets its heart singing, content to be slightly full. Song rises over the wind. Yep, I can't help it. Sorry, these songs are good and I want to sing them sometimes. Who doesn't love a singing frog that also plays the bassoon? I think making it a striped caterpillar was a good choice. Hopefully, That will remain my thought as I progress through this. We'll see. It's kind of a weird color. I don't know how to describe it to you. Because it's turning kind of grayish, but also red. It's very insecty, which I guess is appropriate. But whether it's like as bright as I envisioned this would be, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think maybe the red and green are canceling themselves out a little bit, which is making things a little bit more neutral than probably I wanted, but that's okay. Got those big old creepy bug eyes. Kitten attack on your hobby desk. I understand the pain. It happens. I agree, Noxious. It is. Little yellow diamonds down the back. You think so? Okay. I could probably do some little yellow diamonds. I could rock with that. That sounds like a good call. I think I might try and go like red on some of the little cloth bits on the armor. Not the like actual like chainmail, but just these. It's got these like scalloped details. I don't know any real life world armor terms, but I just think red would look interesting. That looks good. They kind of look like little pepperonis, which isn't intended, but definitely fits the brand, you know? I wonder who these guys' little spider tailor is, you know? Like somebody's. Or maybe, I guess, spiders do make silk. Maybe he's his own tailor. Making his little battle uniform. Maybe he makes them for all his little buddies in his squad, too. Takes up knitting as like a hobby. I feel like spiders would knit. That makes sense to me. Pizza bugs. Bugs on parade. Yeah, it just has some really fun little songs with some fun little lyrics, so it's easy to get into it and kind of wanna sing along to them. I don't know exactly what it is he's supposed to be holding in his hand here. I think it's just like a pouch. So I'll have to get a paint color for that. God, I've seen this show so many times. I don't know that I like the flag being red. I might paint over that with another color. We'll see. It is a different painting experience working with speed paints, especially because I don't tend to use contrast or speed paints very much, so trying to get a feel for them is interesting. I also tend to like do very opaque coats as opposed to lots of layers. So that's different as well. And it's going to be interesting to me anyway to see how that affects the final result of whatever it is that we end up with. Dana, how I am not, so figuring out ways of like subtly shading things with multiple thin translucent layers is not a process I've really attempted before. But learning new things is fun. Don't forget my snack. Good call. Good call. I'm gonna paint this cicada's eye and then I'll have a bite of chocolate. I think that's. Thank you for reminding me about my snack, Noxious Bones. Gold star for you. I wish I could actually give you a gold star in the chat, but I don't think YouTube would let me. It doesn't have a gold star function. But know that, like, metaphorically, you have a gold star. There we go. There we go. I think I might change this guy's eyes to red as well. I think that works a bit better. Oh, there was another miniature I wanted to paint as well, which I might grab. He's like a weird knight kind of guy that I was gonna kind of do like a pumpkin, so I might grab him. We've done the eyes though, so it's time for a snack. If you're interested in getting these bugs miniatures, I bought them from this shop, Mosschester. Uh, it's djeffreyart.com or at vitalmarks on Instagram. Put that there to remind me in case anyone was curious as to where the bugs came from. That makes sense. I think a lot of people base coat with them, or they have glaze uses for them, all kinds of things. There it is. My Irish friends are always on me for liking American candy, especially basic, like, cheap, waxy, oversweet chocolate. They're like, Cadbury's is so much better. I'm like, yeah, that's probably true, but I've grown up eating these things. Can't help it at this point. The taste, for all its imperfections, is nostalgic. Let's see. That pumpkin night close to hand. A missile frog is. Gotta love a missile frog. Sometimes I think I've put stuff in logical places, and then I'm like, no, you haven't. Let me see. I'm gonna check one other location, so I'll be right back. Also, I'm gonna eat another bite of chocolate, because I have it. And I can. Oh. European chocolate is better. Yeah, well, I'm firmly in America. I agree. This is the other guy that I have. I think making him into some kind of pumpkin night would be really fun. So I'll probably do that. Wouldn't it be better for me to just finish the 3 miniatures that I have in front of me? Obviously it would. Are we gonna do that? Obviously we're not. We're not making smart choices, we're making fun choices. Which is just as legitimate, if you ask my opinion. Gonna try and make like a dark purple, I think. And then I'll put orange over it. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm going for like that color. You're just here to say you're still awake and watching? Okay, thank you for participating, Ano. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a cool color. Alright. There's just a lot of detail going on this one. This is a model that my friend Kraz 3D printed for me and sent me for my birthday. So, very special birthday model, which is really cool. I'm gonna try and keep, like, I don't know why I feel like purple's a good call. I couldn't tell you, but that's what my soul is saying. So we're gonna go with it. We're not gonna question it too much. He also has these really silly, stubby little legs, which make me smile. Love anything with just stupid, dumb little baby proportions. That's great. Noxious Bone says that you really wish I would upload more of my work. Like my finished models? You're in love with my bowling alley orcs and you'd like to see more. Well, that's very sweet. The truth of the matter is, I mean, up until a point, I only have but so much finished work. Um, I've only been painting for like 2.5 years or something like that. So, I mean, especially with things like my Blood Bowl teams or my 40k orcs, stuff like that. Once I kind of make a video about how to paint one, it's sort of like that's the content there. Um, I want to do an army showcase actually of my 40k orcs, which I'm planning on trying to upload before Halloween, so I can get that sweet sweet Orktober hashtag in there. Um, but that all depends on how much editing I'm willing to do this weekend, and I can't promise anything. Um, I've been a little bit weighed down by my current day job, and that makes it really hard to want to do the not as fun part of miniature painting and content creation. So editing becomes a little bit of a chore. It's not horrible, but it's definitely like I spend my weekends trying to recuperate, and sometimes that just means that I don't actually make stuff the way that I should. Um, and I mean, I don't do this professionally. This is not for a living. This is just fun. I'd love to do it for a living someday, but I don't have. I can't just devote all of my time to this, unfortunately, because I also like have to make money in order to live. Because that's what American capitalism decided was a good idea. So yeah, Um, videos are coming, and I think it's very, very kind of you that you'd like to see more of my finished models. I do post photos of them on Instagram sometimes, and sometimes I forget. But if you ever have anything specific you're curious about, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. I think it's perfectly fine to do nothing on the weekend as well, especially a Halloween weekend. Like, it would be great if I ended up editing and made a video. If I also don't do that, that's still legit and still a good use of my weekend. I think I might actually do the spider's, like, chainmail armor this purple color too. I'm really liking it. Aw. Oh man, that's very kind. Yeah, I ain't no golden demon winner. And while that would be really cool, like, I'd love the recognition, and the trophy, and being able to say, I want a golden demon would be really neat. I just don't know that that's realistically something I want to work towards. I admire people who are constantly wanting to improve their craft and get better or faster or try the latest and greatest to see how it works, but I mean, what I do have to my name is the fact that I've finished projects in my own time. Like, I said I wanted to finish painting townsfolk tussle in a month, and I managed to do that. I've painted 2,000 points of Cruel Boys. I've painted probably 2,000 points of 40k orcs. I think that with this hobby, whereas basically anything else, I automatically start to compare myself to professionals, and I'm like, why am I not at that level? Especially when I was really into writing for a while. I was like, man, why can't I ever seem to get published? Because I had tried a couple of times, and I'd gotten a couple of rejection letters. So yeah, that was definitely, a blow, unfortunately. Like, it sucks, but what can you do? Um, what was I gonna say? But with this, I seem to be able to remember that I'm not trying to be better than the best person out there who's painting incredible things. I am just trying to improve over what I painted yesterday. And sometimes you manage to do that, other times you don't. Sometimes my previous pieces are better than the ones that I've done new, but that's okay too. I really just do this to calm my anxiety and have a nice time. But I'm really pleased that you think so highly of my painting and my weird little space in this beautiful hobby of ours. That means a lot to me and definitely makes me very emotional. So, thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Hi, Kraz! Oh my gosh, look! I'm painting the little knight that you printed for me. He's off screen because I'm dumb and I angled that too far away. But I'm painting him. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. He's really purple right now, but he's gonna be a pumpkin knight. I just decided that purple was a good undercoat color for orange. I don't know. We're really going off the rails. I've got some little bugs that I'm painting. I've got this guy that I'm painting. And I was just crying because someone said something real nice. So, it's an emotional one. Also, Over the Garden Wall is playing in the background because Cartoon Network is streaming that in a continuous loop. And I am really sick of the Halloween looping playlist that I had on before. So this is refreshing for me, honestly. Oh, that's really cool. There's like a twisted skull on this arm, but like made out of branches and shit. This model is so cool. And of course, Kraz's print of it is clean as hell and excellent. It is so good. You guys, it is like a plastic kit. I've gotten a lot of different resin prints from a lot of different people. But if I want something actually good, and I'm like, yeah, I want to do a real good job on this mini, I always am like, hey, Kraz, what your printers doing right now? What they up to? Uh, it can't be beat as far as I'm concerned. Not so Green Knight, yeah. So many people, I know, right? This stream is freaking popping right now. Hi, Roz. What movie were you watching? You probably told me, and then a million other people told me things, and I forgot. Was it good? Did you enjoy it? I watched Barbarian the other day. Um, really glad I missed out on seeing that in theaters because it's low key spoilers. I won't spoil any of the major things, but the plot is kind of about this creepy tunnel under an Airbnb, um, and what's lurking down there. And I own my house and have a basement. And my buddy Mark, when I first moved in, we were playing a bunch of Dead by Daylight, and he liked to joke that the killer was chilling in my basement. Uh, if I had gone and seen that in theaters and then come back to my house, I would have had to go down there and check to make sure that nothing was amiss down there. And boy, am I glad that that was not the case, because that would have been a chilling fucking ordeal. Alright, there we go. That's a good start on the night. I'm gonna add some purple. I'm gonna take some blue, mix it into this purple. That's a little too blue. You know, I bet a lot of people were not watching Over the Garden Wall right as it premiered, because it's kind of gained popularity even more so after the fact. Not that it wasn't very well received at its initial release, but I, old person that I am, was watching it episodically as it came out. Let me tell you, sometimes the waits in between episodes, that was an experience. And by an experience, I mean I was dying to know what happened. Oh, did I even talk to you guys about the fact that there is a full 3 seasons? 3 more seasons of the Magnus Archives happening? Like, what a fucking gift to the world that we're getting more of that. The best of the best. Wendell and Wild, yeah, I've heard of that one. I haven't seen it yet, so please no spoilers. I definitely want to watch it because I'm a big stop motion fan. You have friends that made that movie? Of course you do, Kraz. You know all of the coolest people. Why does that not surprise me in the slightest? That's fair. Yeah, Ano, get some rest. Thank you for being here. As always, it's much appreciated that you show up. However, for the love of God, develop a sleep schedule. Please? For me? I am not gonna forget to talk while I'm trying to paint the details. It happens. It happens. Sleep is not for the weak, please, for the love of God. That's awesome, Kraz. Ugh, I wish that were me. I'd love to work on a stop motion film. That seems like it would be so cool. A lot of pressure, though, I'm sure. I'm sure. I gotta remember shit like that. I really am a person who values being able to stop work the minute the clock is at the time that work ends. The value of that truly cannot be overstated if you're me. Let's see. I think I'm gonna make his giant bone hammer thing actual bone hammer thing. That makes sense. Oh, you're doing Swamp Boss Scumdrack? You'll have to send me a photo. I won't check it now because, as you can see, I'm a little preoccupied at the moment, but I'll definitely get round to looking at it. Livestream isn't fleeting, Josh. You know there's always going to be another one. When's the last time I went more than 2 weeks without streaming? Hmm? There's so many streams. Honestly. They're easy to do because you guys keep wanting them. You keep coming back, so I'll be here. It's it's very reassuring to know that there's an audience out there, and will be one consistently. So thank you all for showing up and alleviating all of my fears that one day nobody would be here, because that's never happened, and I really appreciate it. You could be doing anything with your Friday night, and you're choosing to spend it with me. 2 weeks, that's forever. Listen, Josh, I try my best. At some point in my life, I'm gonna tell you, there will be 2 weeks without an upload. I don't know when, I don't know why, but it'll happen. It'll be a scary time, but you know what? We'll get through it together. Or I'll get through it on my own and then come back and do another stream, and then we can unpack the trauma of that together. But like it'd be for a good reason. Like I was traveling, you know? That's probably the reason. Um I'm intending to try and travel to Ireland next year. It's a big dream of mine to be able to do that. So hopefully that'll work out. Just gotta kind of tie up a few more loose ends over here before I can really get into the planning part of that. I don't know that I love painting with speed paints the more and more I do this. But it's an interesting experiment and it's worthwhile, so I'm gonna keep trying. I just don't know that I love it. Just fair. It might just be good for putting base coats down, and then I can move on to doing other things. Because, like, for this one, this caterpillar, not a whole hell of a lot going on. that I still have to do, but I definitely don't think he's as vibrant as I want him to be. So I'm gonna have to figure out ways to deal with that and make him brighter. Probably just gonna add some golden so flat paints to things. Travel vlog sounds impractical. So-called Fiverr because work stops at 5. Oh my gosh, Topher, damn. That is painfully accurate. It's okay, Thunderburger is one of my favorite lines from the show. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. No, if I'm traveling to another country, I will probably be doing that for, like, personal, non-hobby reasons. And while, you know, it'd be cool to take footage and make a vlog or some shit like that, I think I'd actually just like to enjoy the experience, and will probably not, like, I'll definitely take videos of stuff I do, but they will be, more on the personal than the miniature painting hobby side of things. Not everything has to be content, you know? And it's probably good for me to maintain some kind of balance between what I share on my YouTube channel and what is just not, it's just my personal life that I have for myself. And the people who are like, they know me personally and shit like that. That's probably a good division of things to have. You get what I'm saying. You know what I mean. Everything must become content. No. No, I don't think so. Kraz sent me photos. Let me see. Oh, wow. That base is cool. Got great height on that. I love the dead tree. You have some really cool trees that you've used both for the troll one that you did and for this one. They really add something to it. I don't know quite what, but I'm excited to see how that'll actually, like, turn out once you've got the water and the model painted and all that shit. That's gonna look really cool. He's a very cute little spider knight. I mean, obviously people with arachnophobia wouldn't be a fan, but if you like arachnids, he's pretty cute. have a bunch of Stormcast bits in there. Yeah, I like that as well. Because that really adds, and like you have some Stormcast models, so that'll make it look like those two armies kind of belong together, that they've fought with each other and stuff, which is real neat. I think that'll work good. Yeah. Gonna see what it looks like adding in some orange. We're gonna see if this ends up looking pumpkin-y or not. Maybe it will work, and maybe it won't. But either way, we'll have learned something about painting pumpkins. I want to try and keep some of the purple in the shadows, because I think that'd look cool. But I also need it to be mostly orange. I've been working on beach and ocean bases. Okay, cool. There's an interesting learning curve with working with water texture. Yeah, I agree. Um, I still could stand to learn some more about working with water texture. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, this looks great. And other times I'm like, that isn't how I envision this turning out. I mean, I don't know if it's reading pumpkin yet, but it's definitely something. We're making something together, guys. I like how it looks. I don't know if this is how I necessarily first envisioned this happening, but I'm not mad about it. Like, it looks cool. Aw, of course. Thank you for making me a birthday present. Like, I really love this weird little guy. So I'm very grateful. You sent me so many lovely things. I'm sorry I haven't, like, obviously I haven't had the time to get around to painting all of them. Or even really priming all of the. No, wait, maybe I've primed all of them. I primed at least some of them. But, yeah, I mean, I genuinely was super excited to open this gift that you sent me and to have the chance to paint all the little things inside. I mean, of course I'm gonna paint them. They're really cool and they look really great. You did such a good job printing. Like, all of the lines on this are crisp as hell. Of course, they're not showing on my phone camera, but I promise you, I'll post a photo in a bit, and you can see the quality of it. But like, this just looks like a PVC cast or something. Like, it just is so great to paint. The speed paint is really flowing in all of the areas that it needs to. I think adding this orange and purple is giving this kind of green undertone, which is really interesting and kind of works with the whole pumpkin vibe that I'm going for. So I'm happy about it. Like, this is just fun to paint. That's true. Yeah, we do all have a queue. But specifically, I was like, let me just close out October with stuff that just is like fun. Because if I met my goal of painting townsfolk tussle, I wanted to just kind of have some other fun little Halloween things that I could paint um, before the month was out. Because in November, I'm going to go back to trying to finish up those Tau infantry that I have. Um, and work on more Tau in general as my stream project. We're gonna get back to Tau Test Kitchen, which hopefully the public has missed a bit. I don't know. Maybe they're really excited that I've finally painted something that isn't a Tau model, but um, that's a little hard to say. I don't know. I don't know if you guys missed the Tau. I hope you do. I hope you're excited for the return, but are also kind of like, man, it's been really fun seeing a bunch of random stuff that Fiverr just has lying around, ready to paint. That's at least the vibe, so that you'll be excited for next Halloween when we paint up another random board game that I've bought in the interim, or whatever I get round to doing, or tackling more of the bloodborne miniatures that frankly I should probably be painting right now, but I don't want to. That's just kind of how it goes, you know? I definitely buy more than I'm able to paint, but at the same time, I do paint a decent amount. Like, I I like to think I accomplish quite a lot of painting comparative. I know there are people out there who paint more than me, who are really talented speed painters. And I'm certainly not a speed painter, but I do paint relatively quickly. And I'll at least finish the base coats on these bugs so that they can be highlighted. I almost put my paintbrush in my chocolate, which would not be good. You're kind of down for whatever I'm up to? Well, that's good. Um, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. So I will be right back. I've lost my sign to tell you that I'll be right back. But I'm going to be right back, I promise. Just a minute. I return, as I said I would. Alright, have a nice night, Josh. Thanks for dropping by. It was good to see ya. Ooh, yeah. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, though. Like, I don't like the kind of like Iron Jaws look for orcs. I love 40k orcs. Like, I think they're great. But I definitely feel that for the Age of Sigmar ones, where I was just like, I'm not really interested in Iron Jaws, but then I saw the aesthetic of the Cruel Boys and was like, yeah, I can do this. And I got to play Cruel Boys at the Adepticon tournament. Something that I don't know that I'll ever do again. Maybe instead of doing those as brown for like wood, I should do those as green for like vines. So maybe do that. Yeah, I think green will help that read as more pumpkin-y. Lots of green vines to pick out on here too, so that'll be a whole project for me to undercoat, I guess. That's what people do, I guess. They undercoat with the speed paint and then can go in and highlight, because I definitely want to pump up the orange colors with something a bit bolder. But I can do that for highlighting and then just have the um, nice variation of color in like the recesses, which I think could potentially lend a really cool effect to this particular model. Probably won't paint any of the fabric with the speed paint just because I don't really like how it looks. I don't think flat texture is really the way to go for speed paint. Everybody's saying they look like Lord of the Rings orcs. I think they look like Dark Crystal or Labyrinth goblins. But yeah, everybody's like, they went really Lord of the Rings with these orcs. And I'm like, okay, sure, I guess. But I've never been the biggest Lord of the Rings fan, so I guess that's probably why I'm like, no, compare it to something I like instead of something you like. Really doesn't matter. You hear the boys? Yeah, they're around. They always around. They're lurking. They want me to refill their food bowl despite me having recently refilled it. And they've, eaten a few bites and they're like, can we have more? And I'm like, no, finish the food that you have. Uh, so that's the battle that is fought every day in this house. Have I seen the Key Adams goblins inspired by Labyrinth from Nightmare? Maybe, but I don't think so. Please do feel free to link those in the Discord. I would be interested in seeing them, for sure. Oh, another fun Halloween thing. Have any of y'all taken my recommendation and watched some of Del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities on the old Netflix? I would like to know your opinion. I've been overall enjoying it. Um, there are some episodes that I've liked better than others, but I'm very glad that as a whole this series exists, because, yeah, this seems like something he really wanted to make. Anytime the credits of an episode of anything include character design or like creature design by Guillermo del Toro, I am so on board. Ah, okay. Mari's out, so that's why you went with Windle and Wild. Okay, cool. Oh, and Roz, please do once again thank Mari, because it was Mari who did the fan art of Starboy, wasn't it? I think so. On and posted it on the Discord. I'm gonna double check in case I'm wrong. Putting my freaking paintbrush in my mouth is a great way to talk. Yeah, it was Mari. I've never seen my little goblin guy as just this little anime guy doing the peace signs. I'm constantly throwing up peace signs in all of my photos of me. So that's perfect. I don't know how Mari knew to do that, but oh man, I love it so much. It's so cute. Dude, why does this look good? I don't know why I'm yelling about that. Like, obviously, my own work is allowed to look good, but seriously, this. It somehow looks like I did non metallic metal on this shoulder plate, and I didn't. Not intentionally. Now, if only I could recreate that with actual intent, then we'd be getting somewhere. Almost done with all the vines. I guess I gotta decide what color cloth I'm gonna have this guy wearing. I don't want it to be anything like super distracting, so maybe I'll go with brown. Brown could work. Or yellow. Non distracting picks literally the brightest fucking color and the most difficult to paint. Almost dipped that in the wrong paint color. That would have been really annoying. Hell yeah, this looks good. Yeah, I'm liking that. It looks interesting. Definitely need to add more orange to the orange parts, obviously, but So far, that's going along pretty decent for me. How's it going, Twig? I think oi is just meant as a general greeting and not a like I'm gonna call you out for something kind of oi. Oi parentheses friendly. How'd your stream go, Twig? I heard that you were streaming some cyberpunk 2077 or whatever the video game is. It 2077? That's the video game. How did that go? It's going all right. Fair enough. I watched a stream that my friend did a while back when that game like literally first launched, of playing it when nobody kind of knew what was going on and it was glitching a whole bunch. Um, I don't know. It definitely wasn't for me because it was like, oh man, you can live in this terrible world where everything's awful and you have to do drugs all the time and stuff. And I don't know. I was like, I don't want to play a video game right now where everybody's gnarly all the time. Like, it didn't have the appeal that I think. I think maybe the genre of cyberpunk just doesn't appeal to me the same way it does to other people. I think I got really burnt out on like gritty kind of stuff after a while, so that's probably a me problem. But not everything has to be for everyone, and I hope that, you got some enjoyment out of it, or you have a lot of enjoyment out of it, and are having a good time. I'll tell you one thing though, speed paint sure does establish some colors quickly. The rumors of that, they're true. It was definitely fun, although there's some jank in that game still. Fair. Nobody watched. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I know. Fury Road's definitely like an exception to that in some way. I think a lot of it is if capitalism is the bad guy, which in a way, sure, it is in Fury Road. Um, those kinds of stories I just am not as interested in because capitalism is the bad guy in my real life, and like it sucks to watch people be able to actively fight back against the system in like fiction and be like, oh man, it would be really great if I could see that happen in real life. But no, that's kind of not going on for me right now. So I think that might be what it is. I just don't want to watch and like totally valid that capitalism is the bad guy because it is. But I think that I'm just in too much of like a 9 to 5 rut kind of thing. where that just is like, I spend way too much time at my job being like, man, I wish it didn't have to be this way, that I'm not good with media that's also like, man, I wish it didn't have to be this way. Oh my gosh! Bones, go! Stop watching this stream and go get medical attention immediately. You cut yourself, please, for the love of God. Or for the love of Mothman. Go take care of yourself. This stream will be a video on demand. Your health is more important. Go patch yourself up. People can't just be saying they wounded themselves. Yeah, like in media, at least their dystopian hellscapes like have an aesthetic or something and can be like, oh, cool, like life sucks, but man, we got this. But like when I was watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, and it was like angry kid in growing up in society that is bad, and also his mom dies or gets like injured, and health insurance is a problem and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's getting a little too real and a little too depressing and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm not interested. Beautifully animated, don't get me wrong. And I'm sure Studio Trigger did very well and all that stuff, but I wasn't very attached to the characters because they were all kind of jerks in one way or another, and then bad things just kept happening. So I was like, that's fine. I'm not really interested. Um when people began to show off their augmentations and I didn't think their powers were really that interesting, I was like, yeah, that's probably the bailout point for me. It looks flashy as hell. I'm glad that, people are enjoying it, but not everything is for everyone, and that one just wasn't for me. Nor do I think the video game would be. Although, I mean, I say all that, and then I still play Borderlands, which definitely is still a capitalism is the bad guy game. So I don't know. It's probably very subjective and case by case as opposed to hard and fast rules. I. Like Repo the Genetic Opera solidly falls into like guilty pleasure film territory, and it's mainly because of the murder. It's so much less because of the capitalism. Like they take it to a funny degree. Like it's over. It's not trying to be gritty and serious. It's just silly to me. There's humor to it. Like, I don't know. Again, this is not hard and fast rules. I think it's people are expecting me to have strict criteria, and I'm not a person with strict criteria. It's definitely more just random. I think that's why people find it really difficult to recommend stuff to me sometimes, because they'll be like, this has similar elements to a thing that you enjoyed. You might also enjoy this. And then I'll be like, no, I hate this for the reasons that you thought I would like it. And they'll be like, that makes no fucking sense. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so sorry, man. Try living with my inability to decide how to pick out shit. Like, there's plenty of stuff that I like, and I can tell you why I like it, but I can also find something that I wouldn't like for the exact same reason. I don't have a rubric, you know? Oh, wow. Spam bots tonight. Jesus, let me get that taken care of. Hang on. If you could all report, that'd be great. And we'll report that. There, that should get it done. Yep, you see no bots because I was able to hide them. But they were posting about hot pictures of someone, so yeah. Those bots are gone now. They have been removed by me, the all-powerful person with the clicky button that can say, nope, no spam bot here, please. Also, I feel the need to say, if anyone in the chat is posting random links to photos of themselves, don't click on that. We all have some computer literacy skills here, I'm sure. But don't follow those links. They will not lead you anywhere good. Dude, this knight looks so fucking sick. I am almost sad that I'm gonna be trying to paint like more detail, and not just this speed paint coat, cause this looks dope as hell. It definitely doesn't have the pumpkin vibe that I was going for yet, cause you know I haven't added that part in with trying to do more oranges, but like, damn, does this look cool. I should really work on this technique a bit more because it's achieving some really nice effects, and this could be a fun new way to do metal. I've got little bells everywhere that I need to paint in. This guy would be loud. You would hear him coming. Teaching school. You thought what was gonna be bigger, Kraz? This night? I don't understand the scale of things. I did also think he was gonna be bigger, like in the Kickstarter that I backed, but you know, I'm not disappointed. Like, he's beautiful. And since he's small, like this, if I can squeeze him onto a if I can squeeze him, I was gonna say onto a 28mm base, which is hilarious because his sword would be just dragging along behind him. But I could make him a player character for Dungeons and Dragons. You know, he'd be like a druid sort of thing with pumpkins. Could call him Jack O' Lantern. That's pretty ridiculous. I don't know. 28mm might be pushing it for base size and what would be considered acceptable. But rule of cool. If I say rule of cool often enough, it's just gotta apply. It's gotta just mean whatever I want, basically. Yeah, you can post that link here, Persephone. That's fine. Potatoes and molasses. If you want some, oh, just ask us. They're warm and soft like puppies and socks, filled with cream and candy rocks. So potatoes and molasses. Algebra class, if your stomach is grumbling and your mouth starts mumbling, there's only one thing to keep your mind from crumbling. Oh, potatoes and molasses. It's the only put on your glasses. They're shiny and large like a fisherman's boat. You need enough when you start seeing stars. Are potatoes and molasses. It's the only thing left on your task list. Doubt they make everyone shout for potatoes and molasses. It's the best song in the whole series, probably. Gotta love potatoes and molasses. The song. I don't know that it would be the best food, but dude, this looks so sick. I can't wait to post a photo, even if it's just like a work in progress, onto the social medias, the Instagrams, cause y'all are gonna be like, "Damn, that's really cool," and I'm gonna be like, "Hell yeah, it's really cool." Which is basically the catharsis of why you paint miniatures, to have someone go, "Damn, that's really cool." Molasses is like a syrupy thing. I think it's called treacle in the British, the UK, the European. Sorry, I the word was there in the European part of the world. I have some in my pantry because I use it when making gingerbread. It does not taste good on its own. So every time I think, that's the stuff that makes gingerbread taste like gingerbread, probably, and I see it dripping off a spoon, and I'm like, okay, I've put enough of it in the mix. Let me just lick up the extra. No, don't do that, Fives. It's not gonna taste good. It didn't taste good the last time you did it. It will not taste good the next time you do it. Yet here we are, making mistakes. Brown sugar is refined with white sugar with some molasses added back in. Mm. Oh, it's black treacle. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it is. It's black treacle. What is treacle? Don't ask me. It's molasses. And so the cycle continues back and forth across the wheels of, I don't know what that culinary thing is, but sure, it's in that recipe that I'm making. Is as sweet as potatoes and molasses. Mm, I think adding some variation in the color there was a good choice. helpful one. Do you know how to make eggs from a duck? Sorry. The random quotes from this show, they flood back, and then I'm like, yep, I know the next line. I know what he's gonna say. Gotta say it now to prove that I knew what he was gonna say. Banana nut duck bread. Yeah, the UK's got its golden syrup. We've got our molasses. Somewhere there's like a crossover of understanding, but couldn't tell you honestly which is which. These are pretty delightful. I'm not gonna lie. I've loved painting up these little bugs. They're fun. Oh no! I forgot the the top bit wasn't dry yet. That's okay. It's modeled now. It's a cool look. It's a cool look. We're gonna go with that. Yeah. It's got personality now. That's fine. That's fine, and I'm not gonna panic about it. It's just color variation and interest. That's what it is. I did that on purpose to add color variation and interest. And I think that's like the base coat's finished on everything. So theoretically, that's like where the speed paint aspect ends. Hmm. And I'd probably have to shift to like some golden so flat paint, I think is how I want to do the layers on these, which I want to give them plenty of time to dry because a lot of what I understand of speed paints is they can reactivate quite a bit. I'm gonna finish my candy bar and probably close out the stream because we got some good work in. We basically come full circle with Over the Garden Wall, having watched almost the entire series in the background. Um, this stream definitely got more views than I was expecting, which is really cool. I didn't know so many people were around tonight, but I really appreciate you for being here. I hope you have a happy Halloween and that you get to do some fun stuff. Wear a costume or eat some candy or watch a spooky movie. If you want my Halloween movie recommendation, this year it's going to be Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. That's what I think everybody should be watching on Halloween. And consequently, it's what I will be watching on Halloween. Um, so this is what we've done today. We got Caterpillar Guy. And he's not done. Like, obviously, these are just base coats. Spider Knight. Got Cicada Knight, who's still pretty wet, so I'm not going to try and move him around. And Pumpkin Knight. Look at him! My goodness! Alright. Well, hopefully you all have... Oh, man! What? Brent is here. Just as I'm about to close out the stream, too, bro. Way to have pretty bad timing. Oh, jeez. Really? What is with people on their Friday nights? I guess no one had anything better to do, including you, Mr. Goobertown Brent himself. Too spooky for you anyway. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust would not be too spooky for you. I think you could handle it. Also this stream it's pretty low-key spooky. I mean, we did paint some bugs. We got these really cool bug miniatures. This one's like a cicada and he has little wings. I was trying out those speed paints, the army painter ones that everybody's raving about. Giving the old slap chop a try. But yeah, I was just about to close out, so sorry Goobertown Brent, but that's the end of the stream. I hope that everybody has a nice night, and I hope that you can find another stream to migrate to. But yeah, happy Halloween, everybody! Bye!